Hello, I am Nicola Virgil Roll, Director and CEO of the National Insurance Board. As a country, we dealt with the dual challenges of Hurricane Dorian, and we continue to deal with the impacts of COVID-19. And I am so proud that so many of the staff in the National Insurance Board were among those who rose to the highest level of performance when the challenges came. The executive team of the National Insurance Board wishes to thank the entire staff of NIB, who gave so graciously and so greatly during this past year. We wish we could highlight every single individual who put in the long hours. There are so many stories which show the famous NIB can-do spirit. We thank you all. Here are a few of our unsung heroes. Please help us celebrate the role they played.
Hello, I am Joy Dean, Senior Manager of the Talent Management and Capacity Development Department. The National Insurance Board has just under 600 staff members throughout the Bahamas. Our employees here at NIB are committed to delivering on the promise that every Bahamian entitled to national insurance benefits and assistances receive it when needed. This mission was never more important than when two of the most devastating crises, Hurricane Dorian and the COVID-19 pandemic, impacted the Bahamas. First, there was Hurricane Dorian in 2019. Hurricane Dorian impacted two of our major islands where we have offices. We had claims coming in from the islands, but our staff in the two busiest islands outside of Nassau, Grand Bahama and Abaco, had no offices to work in. Some were relocated to different islands where we had offices, and we facilitated quite a few coming to New Providence. Due to the traumatic psychological impact of Hurricane Dorian, and not just to the individual staff member, but the larger family, we provided psychological support for those families as well. We assisted with finding and subsidizing housing for them for a certain time until they were able to find adequate housing. We made sure they were taken care of until they were settled in the area they chose to work from. The unions also came in to help their members as well, so we worked together to meet those needs. Just a few months later, we would be faced with the COVID-19 pandemic that would greatly affect how staff would interact in the work environment and service customers. To accommodate the necessary changes, the board formulated a plan of action which was based on alert levels that would determine how we would respond. COVID's impact inspired a dual plan, rotating between office and remote work. We provided tools, laptops, phones, and other devices so staff could work remotely. We also invested in implementing new locations so that we can adhere to the social distancing as it relates to COVID-19. Staff rotations were a responsibility of each department, especially here in Nassau, where we are dealing with about 400 staff. Safety measures were also taken. Plexiglass was installed in certain areas. We provided masks and face shields for all of our staff, and the proper sanitation for offices. Staff that went into quarantine and were feeling well were allowed to work remotely. So by implementing those measures, it allowed the work at NIB to continue to ensure that we meet the needs of our customers. We do have heroes here at NIB. You see the hours that they are working. Late nights and early mornings, extended hours, especially when working remotely. The staff members have gone above and beyond and will continue to go above and beyond. I see a level of committed staff who understands the needs of the public and are willing and have demonstrated that they will continue their work regardless of what they have been faced with. I would like people to know that NIB staff members are committed to meeting their needs. Everyone is pulling their weight in every area of NIB. I have been in human resources for over 20 years, the last year and a half here at NIB, during two of the most devastating crises to date. In all of my years working as an HR professional, I have never experienced the level of commitment that I see here at NIB. I think it is because people work together, knowing what they do helps someone who needs what NIB provides. They are impacting lives. It's a team effort that will become a benchmark for other organizations to follow. I am proud to be a part of it.